Hello everybody, welcome to the MCN for Monday. A lot of things information wise were dropped on Friday, some things Kabam dealt with on Saturday, early Saturday morning UK time, and depending on if you're European, some things at 3 AM, some things whenever. Some interesting stuff, and let's go into what is going right and wrong when it comes to this wacky world of Marvel Contest of Champions that we play. So first of all, don't take this as gospel because things are ever changing, and even though that this is the kind of way that people are voting on the forums, the International Women's Day Rework vote, people are having their say of what they're interested in and what they're not. And people on the forums doesn't mean that the game, like when people vote in game, it's going to be this way. It could be drastically different. If you look at who people are, this is the unofficial vote so far. Invisible Woman has 12% of the vote. Rogue has 45% of the vote. Jubilee has 4%, Squirrel has 10%, Proxima Midnight has 8%, and X23 has 18%. As we said, this is unofficial, so this is not how it's actually going to be, but it's interesting to see where people are with their voting habits. And one thing that I've said personally is like, I'm interested in Rogue, but I also have a bit of a, soft spot for some of the other ones mentioned, because there's some really decent champions within there. X23, Morningstar, even Invisible Woman. If you've played Marvel Rivals, you know exactly why there's a bit of a kind of a affinity, appreciation for that particular character in general. Who are you voting for? Put it in the comments. Or are you waiting to see how things go voting-wise with the Realm events when they kick off next week? Next up, and rejoice, you might have seen this, you might have not, especially if you're a Rintrah fan or have the champion at a 7-star. Of course, he's been recently released as a 7-star. Rintrah, no, he stops rooting himself just a little bit sooner during an opponent's special so he can actually punish them. That is being worked in. Also, Rintrah's contact prescription to help him better judge distance to the wall. He no longer self-roots on an L4 at a distance that causes his attacks to whiff against the opponent. Of course, very handy for those that are Rintrah-based players. And as we said, there is the rise of the interest of the champion. Whether it's a 6-star, you might have the 6-star, or you've got a rank 3 7-star or a 7-star in general. I'm definitely seeing players utilize this champion and seeing nearly 700k damage crits. It's a very nice thing, isn't it? Very nice and spicy. And you can see here, this is the action of Rintrah as a 7-star doing that very nice amount of damage right there with the crit. That's nearly close to the 700k. I think a lot of people are very pleased with the champion in general, and it doesn't mean to say that the champion is like not operable. He can be working effectively without the rooting issue. It's just that is a bit of a pain whenever that happens, because you want to be able to use the champion effectively. We talked about on the channel that there would be a fix at some point, and I know that Karate Mike Kabamasaurus Rex has been very vocal in helping out with this particular situation. He said, it was me who was poking at this. I just did some more poking and someone on the game team, and we think we have a fix for both issues, the too long route and the too far route. It's the end of the day here, so I'll be back to update you. And of course, further that said, that he was able to kind of get that sorted, and we saw the update and the confirm of the update there. And big news, I got this one squeezed into the upcoming patch, so well done, and thank you to the number 1 the game team for dealing with it, number 2 for Karate Mike for being persuasive and kind of like getting it sorted, which I think is excellent to hear for those that are massive Rintrah fans and obviously want to get the champion as a 7-star, knowing that that little bug that you experienced is going to be dealt with. Next up, an Epoch of Pain compensation came in. I got this. I think I went into, because I went into the fight whenever I went into it. I don't know if everybody got this. That's the confusing thing, like who got access to this. It was across the board on 5. I don't know if you've explored it, you get more, but the more people I kind of like here are kind of 5. Like you only get 5. Maybe if you only did one path, you get 5 of each. Maybe if you kind of did multiple paths, you get 5 times 6. Not 100% sure on that one. If you did it prior to being fixed or post. Either way, will you feel, or do you feel compensated by the issue with that one, especially with a weird fight that is that champion? The more that I play it, the more it's not as bad. For me personally, I just get the frustration around the prompters and trying to remember everything without kind of going like, I've got to do this, this, and this in this particular moment. When you're trying to concentrate on a lot of other things, like just the flow of the fight and making sure that you're not getting hit into oblivion. So yeah, that's kind of where my issues are with this, and also the paths. I can't stand the paths. It just bore the tits off me. But anyway, apart from that, good to see compensation. It finally went out to players on Friday, I think. Now, I'm not sure if today we see it with the update, assuming the update is today and not tomorrow, which it could be, and that is level 66 to 70 rewards. This will be nice to get a bit of an idea, as continuing collecting refined XP in order to climb up the reach level 70, earning cosmetics capacity limit increases and champions and mastery points along the way. There is a little bit of a flavour of that in-game at the moment. So yeah, in-game you can see what is level 66, but you can't see anything higher than that. This is going to be incredibly exciting because we could see more mastery points, we could see some kind of revive and health potion volume that you can keep on without having to... I don't know if Kabam actually will allow that, because that's too much of a summoner sigil pay to grab. And as I've said in the past, I'd love to see the Arena Express mode be something that you could get as an earnable objective, or sorry, summoner level in game. But again, I don't think that Kabam would ever do that. It's just not in their nature to allow something that's pay to grab type of element with the summoner sigil out free to the players. Either way, excited today or tomorrow to learn what is going to be the new summoner level rewards you can get and how they benefit players that are non-spending and of course spending as well. Also, a quick note, I'm moving on to Twitch drops. Okay, so there still doesn't seem to be a decent way around grabbing Twitch drops. We've put in on Friday, when I did a video about Twitch drops and promo codes, I did cover like where to go in order to set up, and I have done a video previously, and that teaches you how to link those accounts between your Kabam account, your Twitch account, and then how, of course, you get the stuff. If you don't know already, you go to your drops and rewards inventory. Now, they might not show up instantly. It will take a bit of time for them to actually appear. And it may be, because this looks like it's on mobile. I don't know if mobile isn't as good as the, say, desktop version, which most of the time I'm just running everything on desktop rather than mobile. And maybe the app's not great, the Twitch app. You have to really kind of like experiment around with it. It may take a little time in order to kind of get there, and the way to access it, yeah, maybe settings, rewards, and drops. I access it differently on the web. Like it's just like it's like drops and rewards is a clickable button under your profile, and yeah, it will appear, but it will take a bit of time. I still think Kabam gave this indication, I think it was last live stream, after last live stream. They wanted to find a better way for you to actually get some of those rewards, because promo codes seem to be kind of like not about anymore. And from ways that, because Marvel Rivals do a great, Twitch drops campaign, which if you are a live streamer, all the content creators are able to live stream at any given time and over a length of period, which could be like, I don't know, 1 month, or even run for like 72 to like more hours, like 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. You're able to claim stuff, and that's great for those that want to. And I know Kabam want to have a bit of urgency and loyalty about people coming to the Kabam live streams, and I get that. But what they should have done is maybe just like run it for like 24 hours for just Kabam account, but then have it for 48 hours after that over the weekend that players can go to. And as we said, Pepe stream. Even I would do a 2-hour live stream whilst I'm trying to do videos like this, running your Twitch drops, so you could go and collect from, say, mine or anybody else's. Lefty Knox was live streaming like once MCOC on Twitch. Anyway, I just feel that Kabam could be doing a little bit of a better job with that one, rather than doing this like Kabam exclusivity at 9 AM PST for, it runs, I don't know, for 2-3 hours, which I think it does, and then it's done. It's like no more. I don't like that. Hope Kabam can get something sorted with it, but in the meantime, make sure to check your inventory. Which here, like when I click my top kind of like logo right here, I go down to drops and rewards, and then they're largely in this sector right here. You can see like most other games have it like running for a large length of time. Pokemon Day, like I don't know why I said like Pokemon Day, Pokemon Day. You can see that runs for what is it, like to the 6th of March. MCOC runs a lot, it's different. Like Season 1 Twitch drops for Marvel Rivals, end date, 6th of March. Like there's a larger length of time. I know Kabam will be like, well, we want people to go to our live stream. Well, look, Community vibes, you know, different channels and stuff. Anyway, moving on. So a little bit of older news and some weird news, and kind of finishing off is the correction for the Deathless Shard Selector. Now, the Deathless Shard Selector, or this like very kind of like, but it's not really a shard, it's like Deathless Piece Selector. As you know, people had issues with claiming it. Like when they claimed certain one, it bugged out everything. So therefore people weren't able to claim the piece that they wanted to. Whether or not they were grabbing it to sell it on or grabbing it because they needed it, it made like a problem with it. And there's issue with claiming it. You can see here from like this one, you can't claim. They've kind of like gone with what seems to be like Deathless Sword Shard or something. They've basically just rooted you into a place that you can only collect one specific thing or no specific thing. A video illustration of this, shout out to Persetroctable, that's her name, for this right here. Put it into the large screen right there, so you can see it in action, where it's there, you go to claim it, and you seem to be routed to only collecting certain things. Those certain things being, you can only collect the 6-star shards. So I don't get it. Like, select a 6-star Deathless Vision shard that you need. Well, people didn't need this, the 6-star shards. So something's bugged with it. This is something that is, and this was like, people said posted like 1 day ago, but if you go to, I think it's the forums, it says as of the 27th of February. Now, I don't know if that was early on the 27th, which was a Thursday. And I missed off this. I'd probably say because I pre-recorded the MCN, this might have come in late on Thursday. Anyway, really waiting for Kabam's going to give an answer here because it's not particularly great. Waiting, a lot of us still waiting for an update. I don't think we're going to get one until, say, Monday or Tuesday. But very weird, isn't it, to be kind of rooted in that selection? Like, you have to choose the 6-star shards. You can't choose any others. Very weird situation for those that missed out on it. But as I was quoted on, and we'll go with this quote, thanks to LK for noticing this. Apparently I sometimes say things. Sometimes I say gold. Sometimes it's just, you know, people say stuff about me. Anyway, only Kabam can Kabam things the way they Kabam them. So there we go. That is that situation in a nutshell. And that's the end of the MCN. Have a lovely week, whatever you're doing. New content drops, hopefully a little bit of excitement and hype. And yes, check out some other content located on screen right now. It might update you on things going on in the community. Yes. Bye-bye.